All right, all right. Well, welcome back to episode, I can't remember the number, but
I believe it's number 7.
is it 7? All right,
I believe it's number
7.
7.
It is.
Yeah.
7. If not, I'll edit it out and I'll record myself saying 6 or 8, and I'll fix that. But we want to welcome you today. I am one of your hosts for the Two Black Dad podcast. My name is Tyson Bell.
I am Keith Luke. I'm the other black dad of said podcast. And yeah, we welcome all of you. And we have a guest today who is a good friend of both myself and Tyson. Will you go ahead and introduce yourself, please, sir?
Hi, my name is Terrence Campbell.
I will say he just celebrated a birthday and looks 35 years old. I will have to say 35 years old, but
I appreciate that. I try to keep my body in good shape, relatively.
yeah.
That's
good.
right.
That's
All right.
good.
That's what's up, man.
Well, Terry, we usually always start out with having our guests telling us about their kids. So if you could tell us a little bit about your girls. Terry has 2 wonderful girls. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, I have my oldest. She's 16 years old. She is a dancer, a competitive dancer. She is a student, and she eats, breathes, chews, dance.
Yes, she does.
What's up?
And my youngest, Sierra, she is a lover of horses, but she also dances, and she's into musical theater. Currently now, she's in her very first play that she is excited about and can't wait to show her talent. We're excited about it.
And she's a comic book lover. I will also throw in there.
Exactly.
Yes, she
is a Marvel head.
Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
I
Head,
understand
shoulders,
she's-
knees, and toes.
She's quite the technology whiz as well.
As well, yes, she is.
I didn't know that.
She wants to be a developer.
Really?
It's very cool.
She wants to be a developer, so kind of following her mom's footsteps. She's gone to computer camps and whatnot, and she just is beasting.
That's
awesome.
news to me. I did not know
awesome.
that.
That's phenomenal, man. So you have two lovely daughters, and I believe your second daughter is starting high school very soon, right?
Yes.
We're gonna have 2 high schoolers in the house.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's no other words I can say to that.
Yeah,
2 teenagers in any situation is a bad situation.
any situation.
Well, my first question for you is to start. What's one thing you wish you knew about raising teenage girls before they actually became teenagers, and how has that shifted your approach?
Well, being that I came up with my brother and sister, so it was like half and half. And now that I have my own family and they're both female, it is over 10. I'm like, I can't understand why they feel that they have to be so, stop touching me. You said this. Knock it off, girls. Just work it out.
Yeah, all bickering between the two of them, fighting each other.
I mean, and I get that. When I was coming up, we bicker, but it's so hard to see it now coming through in your own offspring.
kids, right?
So
My goodness, tell me about it. Yeah, I know. I'm sure Tyson probably knows that struggle too.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, we always like to do fun stuff and deep questions. What was your relationship like with your father, who was an amazing man, by the way, an amazing man? Tell us about your growing up.
my father, love him to death, and he was the type of individual that he wanted to see you do well. As far as coming to him, as dad, sometimes you would work, try to work it out yourself. But even now, I wish that he was still here.
Yeah.
Because number one, you miss him. We miss him.
Of course.
And that type of advice, that certain advice that you want to come from your father.
Yeah.
That is what I miss. Overall, he loved his kids. He would do anything for his kids. My relationship with him, I want to say, increased, for lack of a better term, simply because he's not here to kind of guide me.
Yeah.
I have my Heavenly Father, yes. Mm-hmm. But to hear his voice just one more time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's tough. But I know that's why we as Christians have to get it right.
Yeah.
So we can see our loved ones again.
That almost made me cry. That was
I
our
was
Barbara
close.
Walters moment.
Yeah, I was close to that.
That
I had to kind of hold it back.
all these episodes. I don't think I've gotten that close to tears.
Man.
But that was good.
Yeah, that was
good.
that was moving, Terry. What's one thing that you think you took or you learned from your dad that you've kind of incorporated into your parenting?
Coming up in a West Indian home, I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
You know,
I don't.
it's I don't want to say it's kind of my highway, my way or the highway, but it was having them work things out and just get along. You know, I'm a kind of a laid back dude, and I try not to let things bother me to the extent where I'm flying off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that my wife tries to stress to me. Well, these are not boys. These are girls. Them being around for as long as they have right now, it's like, okay, I have to understand that they're female. They're not male. And the way you try to express to them or convey to them in a male way, you have to kind of dial it back a little bit because they're not going to respond the way a boy would. And that's one thing that I'm trying to keep in mind, that they're my baby girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's even, when I hear you say that, I think about generations, the way that we were dealt with, you know, something that I've had to not deal with my children the same way. It seems like it's a different generational.
It very much is.
Yeah.
It very much is. Because it's like when they do something, there's a repercussions for it.
Yeah.
In my day, you know, you do something wrong, the belt's coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, you get the licks,
Yep.
Right.
and then you cry, and then you calm down, then you think about it, and no, you're not going to ever do it again.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, there's no such thing. That wait, what? You're talking back to me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no
That
way
would
we would have done
never-
that.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Never happened
No.
in our day.
No. This
Yeah.
would have been the One Black Dad podcast.
Right.
I would have done that. Even to this day.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So it's hard to understand the differences
Yeah.
of when you were coming up versus when they were
Yeah.
now coming up, because it's like I'm scratching my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
what did you say?
Yeah.
First of all, you didn't grow up with me.
Yeah.
So and you have to, every fiber in your being has to restrain
Yeah.
Right. Right.
yourself
Yeah.
to not slap that
Yeah.
head across the room.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, that generational divide and even cultural, because like you said, you know, being raised in a West Indian household by West Indian parents, first generation, you know, being first generation, I guess, Americans, but our parents were, you know, born and raised in the islands, and
Right.
you know, there's a certain way of things are done. And now that we have children, you know, and they're born and raised here, and you know, they're very American, you know,
very much.
and just the fact that you know, we don't necessarily live in a day and age where things are as I don't know if strict is the right word, but things aren't as or maybe even old fashioned. I don't know if that's a dirty term around here. But they're not as old fashioned anymore, you know, in terms of like ideas around parenting, you know. So I think it can be a challenge trying to find that balance sometimes, you know, between like you just said, you know, like what'd you say? And you know, you getting your
Yeah.
you know, slapped and versus, you know, what's that phrase? Gentle parenting.
Yeah.
You know, trying to find that healthy middle ground.
It's hard, and even with other people's kids, you know, you're walking around, let's say in the mall, or it's like, and you see this one kid. Like even this past week, I was in the dollar store, and this toddler was on 20, walked into the door, into the entrance, and he is bawling. Mom is frazzled. I went down the aisle, and I'm thinking to myself, should I do something? If I started to do something, it could be an issue.
Yeah.
Because they were.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was crazy. People just watching her and watching them. From the time I was there, it's probably a good 6 minutes, top of his lungs. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Wow.
You don't want to discipline other people's kids, because nowadays
There'll be a camera somewhere.
exactly
Right. You'll be on Facebook Live.
exactly.
Yep.
Follow-up question for you is, I guess as your daughters kind of approach, one of your daughters is already in high school. The other one's getting ready to enter high school. And these are really pivotal, important years in the lives of, these young women. What are some of those important conversations that you're having with them about identity, self-worth, and just kind of navigating those complexities of being a young Black woman?
From babies, we've taught them to respect yourself and don't let anyone take advantage of you. So they know what their self-worth is, because we constantly keep pumping it in. It's helped them tremendously as far as don't let anybody talk down to you.
Yeah.
That's one important thing that you don't. It's a deal breaker if that happens. So know your self-worth, and they do know their self-worth. It's to get what you need, you have to fight for it. They know how to do that too.
I was going to ask you, you are a dance dad. Can you tell us, what is that like being a dance dad? We did it for a year, and that was enough for me. You've been doing it for a mighty long time.
Wow.
Tell us about that dance dad life. What does that feel like?
It's being where you need to be at the time you need to be. It's getting the equipment, the costumes in the car. It's driving to the venue.
Wow.
It's unpacking everything, getting checked in, just being out of sight for a little bit, but in sight whenever you're needed, as far as the heavy lifting in every sense of the word, and figuratively.
Yeah.
You're just there. Now, I have been given strict rules. I call it strict rules because it's like when they're in competition, it's just like a game, like a basketball game or something. And there's rivalries.
Yeah.
There's stiff competition. There are times when after they do their performance, they'll say, good job. Mm-hmm. But there are times when you have certain individuals or certain girls who are so upset about it that they go off the rails. And it's like, it's just dance. But to them, it's not just that. And then you have those parents or moms who are dancing through their daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Living vicariously, huh?
Yeah.
Filling their dream.
Exactly.
Their child, yeah.
But as dads go, we're there to cheer them on. I remember a time where this one little girl and her mom were kind of upset about the fact that they didn't do very well. My daughter did exceptionally well. So I'm proud. And I'm overhearing the mom talking about this particular mom who was doing this and that. And I'm like, well, she needs to step her game up.
Yeah.
She really do need to step her game up, because in order to be as good as my daughter,
Right.
that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, it's a game. Yes, it's competition, and they're telling me, oh, shh. No, step your game up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as the mother and daughter are crying after their loss, you were like, hey, step your game up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You turn.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was reading a book recently about, I can't remember what book it was, but it talked about how the culture right now is, it's a culture of everyone gets a trophy, but doing that, they said, is so bad because, we didn't do that growing up, and people, they don't think to do better for themselves. you know, because they think they're doing good all the time, and you're not.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you shouldn't do that, because if you need to do better, you need to know that you need to do better. It gives
you don't know where you
encouragement.
are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're confused about your talent. You're thinking you're doing great, and in real life, you're not doing the best.
Yeah.
You need to do better. Yeah.
No, yeah. I think honesty is
Literally
is
the
important.
best policy.
Yeah, no, very true. Very true.
But yeah, we, you know, as dads, dance dads, we stay in the limelight, stay out of the limelight, but we also encourage our daughters, you know, just leave it all on the stage, leave it out there.
Yeah.
You know, if you did your very best, just leave it out there, and whatever happens, it's God's. It's God's. You know, that's His department right there, and that's what we've instilled in both of our dancers, because they're up there dancing for Him. Don't say you can't do it.
Yeah.
Because you are a phenomenal dancers. You are. All you have to do, you know the moves, you know you've practiced, and all you have to do is just leave it there on the stage.
Yeah.
And it will show. And, you know, as Chloe and, you know, Sierra gets older, they have become phenomenal.
Yeah. They have.
Seeing
Absolutely.
them from the time they walked into Pinnell until now, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
Yeah. Yeah. Both talented. Very, very talented young ladies, man. I know you and your wife Tashika must be very proud, man.
We are very proud.
I usually try to come up with 10 questions. Obviously, you know, I know I'm not going to get to ask them all, but and sometimes it was really great. What I really love is that in the course of the conversation,
The questions
some of the questions will be answered. So when your kids are little, you're more of a, you know, hands-on, and I'm just talking in general now, right? As dads, more hands-on. You know, we're more of a fixers and et cetera. But as they grow and mature, you know, we kind of have to relinquish some of that control. You know, they need more independence, and we kind of, I don't know, evolve or morph into more of like listeners, right? So I wanted to ask you, how has your communication style kind of changed or evolved with your daughters as they've gotten older, and like what strategies have you found effective that younger dads who may be listening, with whether they're sons or daughters, but particularly obviously daughters, so they can use some good advice?
That is a very good question, because of the fact I am still working on that. I'm working on myself. Yes, we have been conditioned as fathers, be conditioned to do, to fix, and do very little listening. Because in the heat of the moment, it's like, okay, this is what you do. No, Dad, you're not listening. You need to listen. It's a struggle. I real talk.
Yeah,
it's a struggle, but I have to learn to be silent.
Man,
That's hard.
And it's really hard, because you don't want your daughters or your family to be stressing. That's you don't want them to stress. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I guess what I've been practicing is, is trying to listen, but at the same time saying to them that, it's going to be all right. I hear you.
Yeah.
yeah,
I understand. God's going to work it out.
Yeah. That's good.
yeah. And that's real. That's real.
It is. I mean, we as guys, dudes, we want to fix it.
Fix, yeah.
Because that's what we've grown up to do.
Yeah. Be solution oriented and fix problems.
And you have to understand that everything cannot be fixed.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
Takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah. And sometimes I find, and I've learned this just through my own, I guess, marriage, that my wife and sometimes, even my daughter, they don't always want me to fix the problem, right? Like you said, sometimes they just want to be heard.
Yeah.
They just want to vent. They just want to share.
Yeah.
And they want someone to listen, like as you said. And it's so hard because I know my first inclination, just like you just shared, is like, well, what's the problem? All right, I've heard enough. Like, here's the solution.
Let's solve this.
Like, yeah, let's bang this out. Let's get this solved. We can move on to the next thing.
But then there's like, okay, in the back of your mind, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay. Am I supposed to be doing something?
Right.
And they're like, did you hear me? Yes, I heard you. So now in the back of your mind, you're saying, what should I do?
And that's all they want. They just want to be heard.
That's okay. So what do I say?
Nothing.
It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be all right.
Yeah. Have that catchphrase ready for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm not supposed to be fixing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just supposed to be listening. So, okay, I'm listening. Okay, what's next? What's the next move?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's
very hard.
Yeah, just to be still.
Be still.
And be in the moment and just be there, be supportive, right?
Unbelievable.
And it's almost like with God. You know, we need to be still sometimes.
Yeah.
As he talks and not give him our agenda and tell him our plans. And yeah, I was just reading something yesterday about how we need to have with our time in the morning, we should have like 3 minutes of just silence. So that way we can just listen and get aligned with God instead of just having that random prayer checklist of things. Right. You know, part of our devotional time should be just listening. God may have something to say. That just came to me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more important. I mean, most definitely he does have something to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
You just have to be open to it.
Yep. I was going to ask you, Terry, about two parts. What was, from your childhood, a favorite memory? And then what's your favorite memory that you've had with Sierra and Chloe? Do you have a favorite memory from your childhood that will always be there with you that may or may not involve your father? We'll stretch it out. And then what is your favorite memory that you've had with your girls? So twofold.
Wow. I guess I would have to say growing up in Barbados was the ultimate. Going to the beach every single day.
Wow.
Before school.
Wow.
Because my aunt was an avid swimmer, and we would go to the beach just about every day. Even if it's raining, even by the time we get there and it's raining, you're wet anyway.
Yeah, you're going in the water.
You just go in the water. 6 a.m.
Wow.
We're there watching the sun come up.
Oh, that's
amazing.
And
beautiful.
Yeah.
after that, we go home, we eat, take care of the chores before school.
Children doing chores?
Yeah.
Is that what they're supposed to be doing?
And
wait till I get home.
Some saltfish, some fried plantain. What'd you have for breakfast,
back in those days, I wasn't really keen to the saltfish.
Oh, man.
Now, ackee and saltfish and all that.
Right.
I'm in there.
Right.
I had eggs and toast and cereal. That was the thing.
Okay.
But, yeah, living in Barbados was cool, and obviously, but with my daughters now, it's just was watching them grow up, watching them interact with each other. It's almost like this is kind of like tearing me up too. But I remember one day I was walking in the living room and I saw Chloe in the dining room, and she had a book in her hand, and Tashika took a picture of it. She's standing in the living room, leaned up against a chair, with this book in her hand, as if she's reading it.
Wow!
Compared that to now, she's a very studious student.
Yeah, she is,
and she's all about the books. And to think that, wow, from that time until now, she's always known what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
She's always known from that age. And when she was little, it was like, when she was born, actually, they had on her name tag, there were a pair of dance slippers next to her name. See, I was born to dance, Mom and Dad.
No, that's cool.
I was like, dang, that's crazy.
That's powerful. I never knew that.
And she has been doing that since birth. And Sierra, it astounded me when she decided that she wanted to be to ride horses. And she did that. She's still trying to find her way, but and I think she has, because it's like now she wants it ultimately for her, life's work. She wants to be a developer.
Wow.
But in the journey, it's like she rode horses, mastered that, and she did that.
Yeah.
Now she's into musical theater. She is doing that.
Yeah.
And just to sit back and watch our daughters excel, it's a testament to our God.
Yeah.
Amen.
We have a little say so in there, but
ultimately, yeah.
And with regards to spirituality, just a couple of weeks ago, Sierra got her first, well, I don't want to say her first Bible, but it's like a study Bible.
Oh, wow.
Now she gets up and she reads her Bible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Chloe's been doing it for quite some time now. I mean, even during school, she'll wake up, have, her devotion.
Yeah.
And before getting ready for school.
Yeah.
Now, there are times time management is a problem in our household, because you have to allot that time to do what you need to do. I'm not against you doing that.
Yeah.
But you need to have that time to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's coming together. When you don't think, are they going to get it? When are they going to get it? But
they got it.
They're going to get it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter. It's not in your time.
No,
Right.
It's in his time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're proud when, wow, they finally got it. They were listening when you think they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That right there, that's something that, I have that conversation with my wife all the time, especially when I know you guys could probably relate, where you have been trying to teach your kids something, or you've been trying to reinforce some principle or even a habit, like something as simple as, hey, do your chores without us having to tell you to do your chores.
Exactly.
And, or, do X, Y, and Z. And they just don't seem to be getting it.
Yeah.
And then,
why do I have to tell you?
Right.
Every day.
It's just like, when are they gonna grasp this? When are they gonna, demonstrate that level of responsibility? And then, I will say that sometimes I'm surprised, like our kids will go somewhere and eventually hear back from, your kids, they were so well behaved, or they did X, Y, and Z, and our world was like, huh?
Yeah.
Those are, you're talking about my kids? Are you sure?
Yeah.
But I do think that the lessons are sinking in.
Yeah. It's sticking.
I think it's stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, when they're not directly, like in our sight, so to speak, like when they're away, that they kind of revert to what they've been taught, so to speak,
But you want it to happen right now.
Right.
In
right.
the moment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's our upbringing that we've experienced, because when your parents tell you to do something, you do
You
it.
did it.
You didn't ask any questions.
Right then and
It's
there.
just
Right.
done. But it's different now in 2025. It's different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So I once again, you mentioned, God working it out and him doing it. And I think, I'm just reminded of that Bible text, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. So I think, hey, that the word is always true, right?
Yeah.
So that principle is definitely true. So, yeah. Real quick. Oh my goodness, time is moving.
It is.
Time is moving. So question for you, Terry. It says, and I wrote it down here, but I kind of wanted to ask you about, and I've asked previous guests about this, because to me, this is something that I think about my deceased grandfather. I think about my dad, who's still alive, and I'm still, appreciative. I actually just saw him this past weekend, and I think about myself as a father now. And the question has to do with legacy. What kind of legacy, both tangible and intangible, are you hoping to instill in your girls, to instill in your daughters, as they reach adulthood? Like, what is one thing or perhaps a set of ideas or principles that you want to leave them with? And like, yeah, what's the legacy that you hope to leave behind that your daughters will pass on to their children eventually one day?
Wow. It's a really good question. But I really have to say that being a good person, help out where you can. I mean, that's what my parents taught me. You know, I watched them as growing up. I watched them help others, especially in my mother's department. You know, she loves to cook. Pretty much half the campus is at the house,
Right?
because she threw down. As far as my dad, he's the talker. He was just awesome. I just want to let my daughters instill in my daughters that everybody is somebody. It may be, and everybody is God, is a child of God.
Yeah.
Now, there are times when you come across individuals like, you know what? But you still got to know that they're still a child of God. So, and putting God first.
Yeah.
And I think they understand that God does come first, then your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And family is everything.
Everything. That's good.
Yeah, that sums it up. That's beautiful.
I just had one last fun question for you, because I know your daughter is a Marvel fan, which she and I go at it because I'm a huge DC fan.
Yeah.
But I still love her. If you had to pick your favorite Marvel character, she will listen to this at some point. Who is your favorite Marvel character, and why?
Why?
Yes, that's only coming from a true geek. I got to know why.
In my opinion, I don't really think there's a bad or less than character. But since you're forcing me to choose.
Forcing you with adamantium and vibranium. Yeah, that's the geek in me.
You're forcing me to choose. You know what? It's a toss-up. Wolverine.
Good choice.
And Iron Man.
Good choice. Okay.
Reasoning is because they both are witty in their own special way.
Yes.
In their own special way. I like Wolverine because it's like he's all about business.
Yeah.
Right. Look, either you get on board or don't.
Yeah.
And if you don't, well,
who cares?
we'll have to slice you.
Exactly.
And then as far as Iron Man, he just has it all.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. He just had Tony Stark, Iron Man,
Right.
he just has it all. I love his wit.
Yeah.
I love that scene in I can't remember the movie, but it was like when Loki said, "I have an army. We have a Hulk."
Yeah.
So
Right.
it trumps your army.
Yeah.
So that was the funniest scene ever to me. And I just like the way he handled that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Iron Man and Wolverine.
Two good choices.
Two solid picks.
I will give that to you. I will give that to you.
Yeah, definitely. Man, one last question, or two, and we'll be quick. Just a quick, short piece of advice, just about anything that really is on your heart to talk to about just other dads, regardless of where they are in the journeyhood of the journey of fatherhood. Sorry.
Be present. Be present. I've had my wife kind of talk to me about that. Sometimes you're here, but you're not. Be aware of your presence. That doesn't always necessarily mean you have to be where they are at the plays, and the dance competitions. I mean, because I've tried to be there every time.
Yeah.
And there are times when that doesn't happen. But you let them know, I'm not going to be there all the time, but I'm aware.
Yeah.
Always be aware. And I think they will understand that. I mean, I like to think that they understand fully, but I don't think they're quite there yet, but they're on their way. But I guess that piece of advice is just be present.
I think that's
I like that.
a wonderful piece of advice.
Yeah. And be aware of your presence. I've never heard it that way before. I like that.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. Just, coming from, my, and I've shared this on an earlier podcast, just my own childhood, my own upbringing, where, my parents are still married. Been married for man, almost 50 years now, almost 50 years. Both my parents, very hardworking, like when I was a kid, Dad was in school and working. Mom,
like my parents.
Right. And
are they the same parents?
right.
Maury Povich,
Next time
come
on
on
Maury.
out, Maury Povich.
Right. No, but
Surprise, guys! I'm here to tell you, your brother.
Right, pull out the DNA, the manila envelope.
This is now episode 1. This is not episode 7. This is episode 1.
This podcast took a turn.
Right. Got a lot of unpacking to do there. No, but I just remember, and I'm so grateful for both my mom and dad. But I just remember there were times where I know my parents were at work. I knew they were, doing things that were important. But man, like I just missed them being at, my basketball game. You know what I mean? And looking into the stands and like, like all the other parents are there cheering their kids on, and my parents they weren't there. So like, being present, and showing up.
Yeah,
definitely matters. Definitely matters.
And I think of the aware. I think of games I've gone to, not just to be at the game and on your phone. Be at the game and you're actually watching. So like when I go to Anderson's game, I'm recording. Like I'm making footage. So I'm like if he looks at me, he knows I'm not just scrolling social media.
Right.
I'm aware of my presence at the game.
And you see that in my growing up, we didn't have that type of situation. Going to games and whatnot. We just understood as kids, that our parents loved us.
Yeah.
But it was what Sierra and Chloe are going through now, I never went through.
Yeah.
There was not a schedule. It was just school, home.
Yep.
School, home. What I'm experiencing now, it blew my mind when I first came into this
life.
Yeah. It just blew my mind. I was like, schedule. Yeah. I'm looking at my phone. It's like, this is not my schedule.
Yeah. There's nothing for you on there.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm like,
the day is packed.
Yep.
It's different. And I've come to, dare I say, love it. I mean, because they're not bored. Because now it's summertime. I haven't heard the phrase, I'm bored.
Oh, that's good.
Because right now, as you speak, Chloe's at cheer camp. Sierra is about to go to rehearsal. So it's full.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, they don't know what it is to relax. So when they aren't doing anything, it's like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
But you've been doing everything. Take this time
to relax.
To just relax.
Yeah.
I do it. I try to do it as much as I can.
I know that's so.
Yeah. And what's really just kind of amazing to me is that it's in the day-to-day, in these moments when really those lifelong memories are made. And you're not thinking, this is a lifelong memory, but like your kids will look back, and even you will look back and reflect, 5, 10, 20 years down the road and think about, man, like I really enjoy just being there, watching my daughters dance, going to the whatever show, your daughter is showing, dressage or whatever I don't know what it is in the equestrian world, whatever the terms are, for riding the horses. But, being there in that moment, I know for a fact your daughters will look back and just be like, man, mom and dad, they were there, it's those are the most important times and moments. Like I always tell, my kids, my children, as well as, being a teacher, I have an opportunity to just, be in the lives of young people, my students. And I tell them, relationships are everything, our relationship with God, number one, and our relationship with other people, with human beings. It is everything. And I know I've probably said this before, worked in a nursing home when I was in college, had the privilege of taking care of elderly people, had the privilege and honor of caring for people who were in the later stages of life, as they were dying. And not a single person ever said, oh, I wish I made more money, or I wish I had a bigger house or a nicer car. It was, they always talked about God, and they always talked about family. And, they wanted to know, even if they were, some people, whether they had dementia or they weren't exactly, with it, so to speak, they were calling for their parents, or they were calling for their children or their spouses, or some sort of relationship that was meaningful. And I'm like, man, I took away from that experience, like, man, this life really is all about, it's all about people. It's all about God. Yeah. That's about other people. Everything else is just dressing on the side. Yeah. It's just extra. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cause I mean,
I just read that in a book about how when people are on their deathbeds, they don't say, bring me my trophies,
right?
Bring me my awards. They ask for their family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's it, man. It's that vertical and that horizontal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Terry, you've been great, man.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed your experience.
It was fun.
Excellent.
Yeah. It was really fun.
We thank you for coming. We thank you. We got a little outro music here.